Welcome back to the Entrepreneurial SME. If you just joined us, the discussion I have with CEO and co-founder of VisionAI, Nhlanhla Simelane, sharing his journey of developing this AI-powered solution that can monitor properties and areas, recognizing in real time the occurrence or potential occurrence of crime, has caught me with amazement. I love this conversation with Nhlanhla. So let's talk about the market though. Is it responding? Who are you talking to? Who are you selling to?
So we're selling across the broad spectrum, and the demand is actually phenomenal. So and across different demographics, different lifestyles, we're getting from the Cape, we're getting from businesses, we're getting from complexes, we're getting from rich people and poor people. And really what they're saying, number one, is that it's, I don't want to say the first in the world because, but we haven't seen a technology like this for the retail sector, right, in the world. We've done our research in the world. If someone is working on it, we haven't heard of them. Right? So certainly in South Africa, we haven't heard any technology that looks at all the crime scenarios. So we're getting a lot of demand.
Are you saying from the retail sector?
From the retail sector. So basically, in terms of if you can go to a macro and so forth and ask for a camera that does crime detection, we haven't found any. And I'm currently actually calling you from India. And even here, India is seen as one of the tech giants of the world. Even here in the retail sector, I'm not seeing any of that kind of technology on the shelves.
So you're saying to me, if VisionAI has its way, our retail or our shops, generally a shop would now be wearing a body cam and be able to detect crime, or at least to report it once it happens.
100%. So the only one, I only know of one big retail in South Africa that has similar technology, but they only detect theft, right? And they're using a technology from France. Ours doesn't just detect theft, it's got 10 other scenarios over and above that. From a retail perspective, I haven't seen any other retail except for that one retail, but we are over and above that in terms of the number of crime scenarios that we detect. So yes, if you go to a retail and you try and sneak something in your pocket, unfortunately, your days are numbered, essentially.
Now, I'm known to ask about this a million times, and I'm going to ask you again. One of the challenges with entrepreneurs and people my age is that technology becomes something that scares us from time to time. Does this technology take care of itself without me having to do anything, and it will do its work for me?
Definitely. I think from a crime perspective, this is basically working on its own. We have a mobile app where you can put in what crime scenarios you want the technology to detect, which is basic. It's almost like using your phone. And then you put in the numbers. But besides that, there is no other intervention. So it's very, very, very simple. Even it doesn't matter who you are, whether you're literate, whether you are a professor, or whether you're just somebody who's not very tech savvy, as you say, Rams. This is very, very easy to use. And the results are amazing, right? Just the company that I'm talking about, or some of the stats that we've heard of similar technologies, again, they're only recording one crime scenarios. They are reporting crime decreased by 50%. Now, in the area of things like rape, this is literally changing people's lives. If we can, even if there's 10 people that experience those crimes, if you can say that 5 of those who could have potentially experienced that are not experiencing that, that is changing people's lives and obviously their families, because when we experience crime, it doesn't only affect us, but it affects our families. We've even got things of people running at night. What we are also going to be thinking of doing is that we want to put this in streets in collaboration with mayors or ministers, so that as you are walking at night, because these cameras will have speakers, we can warn you that 100 meters down the road, there could be potential crime that you experience. Please turn the other way.
I like that. I like that, Nhlanhla. Although we have to wait a bit for the ministers, we don't know if they'll be appointed anytime soon. But
Right.
you know, crime happens. Crime is bigger in poorer areas, in spite of the noise we hear in mainline or mainstream media. And I'm guilty of that. Is that if you go to Diepsloot, they experience more crime than the people of Fourways do, right? How can we get this technology there at an affordable rate and quicker, and make sure that issues that you mentioned, like rape, like pickpocketing at night, can be dealt with quicker?
So we're actually talking to a community in a very poor area, right? We are going to be demonstrating the platform to the street committee or to the leaders of the community, right? This is an area that cannot afford security guards. So with them, we're going to be putting cameras in strategic places. The cameras, like I said, will have speakers, so they will warn people of a crime. It's up to them, though. They can decide that if a crime is being committed, they can integrate with the police, or they can even call certain community members. So we are definitely going to be installing these in poor areas. But to your point, the main thing about poor areas is the cost, right? So our solution starts at 29.95 Rand. Wow. I think that is the revolutionary thing, right?
That is per month.
That is per month.
Excellent.
29.95 Rand subscription per month. That's where it starts. And you can with that 29.95 Rand, you can put up to 4 or 5 cameras. Right. So in a community, for example, you can split that cost. So it becomes even less. We are even, at the moment, we are re-engineering to even get even a cheaper solution. But at the moment, we currently have a 29.95 Rand solution. And to be honest, I think even people who are poor can work around to raise up 29.95 Rand, especially for the benefits. So we are very excited because, to your point, I think it's often the poor communities that are affected the most, but yet they are the ones who cannot afford these solutions.
I am very excited myself, but I have to conclude. And in conclusion, I have 5 questions to ask you, to which I want you to give me quick answers, preferably one-word answer. So here we go. Have you ever thought of quitting?
No.
Why not?
I think, life has got challenges. I think, and those challenges stimulate your mind.
Quickly, why not?
Because I believe a solution will come.
What keeps you going?
It's to change society, to make society better for others.
And what do you do for fun?
For fun, I love my sports.
And given a chance, would you do this business again and again and again?
I would do it again and again and again and again and again.
Coffee, tea, whiskey, water, or AI?
That's a tough one. AI.
Nhlanhla Simelane, wonderful chatting to you. Enjoy India. And thank you very much for watching the Entrepreneurial SME. From me, Rams Mabote, good night and God bless.
Your trusted connectivity partner, Telkom Business, proudly brings you the Entrepreneurial SME Show.